This will open your eyes to great ball striking. Imagine it, every single shot you hit is a pure strike. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Today, that's what we're going to do. This will open your eyes to the greatest ball striking ever. So to open your eyes to a world of great ball striking, what has to happen? Well, there's one, not so much an imperative in the golf swing, but an essential within the golf swing is a stationary head. A stationary head and a circle that the shoulders can make. So head not moving, but shoulders spinning round in a circle underneath that stationary head. There's a little bit more to it than that, but to get the best ball striking, that stationary head, that circle from the shoulders, and the connection between left arm and the circle from the shoulders is going to make you the best ball striker you've ever been. So hopefully this will open your eyes to the world of great ball striking. Now, it's very cold today. Can you see that? It's actually snowing outside. So, that's not important. The world of great ball striking, take your address position. Think about what happens with the body. The shoulders, if I move my head from my centred position, let's put a cane down here. So if I have a cane in position there, and my golf ball's at the end of that cane, and I'm centred to that cane somehow, okay? Centre myself, try and get in line with the camera, there you go, great. Now, I'm there. If I've got a lot of movement off the golf ball, so the olden teaching, you know, weight went to the right, then weight went to the left to transfer that weight. And yes, that's functional. You're going to get probably a little bit more distance out of that, but harder to control the low point of the arc. So your ball striking is going to be slightly out, isn't it? If I am, let's just move that just now, pop this back. If I'm centred to that cane there, and I move my body off that cane and don't quite get back to that cane, then my low point is going to be behind the cane. Okay? If I move behind and then aggressively move too far ahead, then my low point is going to go ahead, but that's okay. The low point being ahead is good. But to move from behind the cane to the cane and forward from the top of the backswing to the downswing, you've got half a second to move all that distance. So I think when coaching golf, the more stationary we are, the more steady head we have, and this circle from the shoulders, which I'm going to show you in just a second, if we can control that, then our low point control will hit the same spot pretty much every time. And then from there, of course, if we're hitting the same spot every time, then low point control is good, strike's good, and dispersion comes in. Ball, turf, strike. We're going to start off with the stationary head and the circle of the shoulders. So address position. Line with ball. I've got an 8 iron for this. I've got the ball in the middle of my stance on my sternum, purely for this drill. Okay. Club comes back. My head stays in line with that golf ball. My nose stays in line with the cane there. And then my shoulders turn in a circle. So my shoulders make a circular motion. There. They don't move laterally. I don't move off to make, now look at that nice circle I've created there. If I move away, look at it. It's inconsistent, it's over here, it's moved off its position. It should be there. Circle, 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 circle. Now, of course, the centre of the rotation there is the top of my spine, and therefore I've got a stationary head. So a stationary head in golf, especially with irons, especially when the ball's on the ground. With driver, the ball's further forward, so there's a little bit more manoeuvre or room to manoeuvre because the ball's forward and in the air because it's on a tee, so we can have a little bit of a go and move a little bit off that. But when the ball's on the ground, relative to the ball or relative to a position, whatever this cane would be, you need to try and keep that head stationary and get those shoulders turning in a circle. How do we get the shoulders turning in a circle? Well, that is the question of the day, isn't it? Shoulders just turn in a circle, I'm stationary there. I want to feel as though my shoulders turn in a circle. So if I keep my head stationary to begin with, try that again, stationary head to begin with, then I'm going to get the shoulders to turn. Now, left shoulder goes down. Just think about left shoulder going down, club comes back, left shoulder goes down, right shoulder goes back. Left shoulder down, right shoulder back. So get the left shoulder down towards the ground on the backswing. So there. There. I feel as though my left shoulder goes down and strikes good. Left shoulder is going down the way. And when that left shoulder goes down, there's less chance of the circle which we create with the shoulders moving behind the golf ball. There's also less chance when the left shoulder, lead shoulder, goes down the way, there's less chance of the pitch of the shoulders, which is not really discussed much in golf. So the pitch of the shoulders at address, if the left shoulder goes down, I'm going to ride up that plane, shoulder plane, right shoulder's going up the plane. It's impressive, isn't it? If the left shoulder doesn't go down, then look, I've changed the plane. I've changed that plane line altogether, spine angle's lifted up. So the plane of the shoulder, the trail shoulder, has moved because I've not got left shoulder down the way. So I'm going to go down there. So centred, left shoulder down, boom. Brilliant. Shoulders turning in a circle. Visualise the circle. There it's there. Left shoulder goes down. There. Can you see the circle? Can you see I've stayed in a circle? That's different than trying to get into here. There. And of course it's going to give you the best ball striking ever. It has to, because your low point's controlled. I mean, just keeping the head stationary and left shoulder down, that's massive. You can hear how good the strike is there on that. It's just a little soft shot to feel. Let's take it a step further. To move a little bit further to control low point, of course something has to happen in the takeaway. If we have a one-piece takeaway, we've got more chance of being consistent. So a one-piece takeaway is going to structure everything we've just done. So we're now adding structure to the motion. So one-piece takeaway, we're going to think about, obviously, centeredness of the head, the left shoulder going down. But if I think about my lead hand and my trail shoulder moving in one go, so if that's my address position, I don't want to cock straight away, I don't want the left arm to bend straight away, I don't want the hands to go past here. I want the right shoulder, my trail shoulder, and my lead hand to move in one go. So I'm there, so look at the left arm, look at the shoulders. What's the relationship between the two? You ready? Look at that. Trail shoulder, lead hand, line of shoulders, line of lead arm, all moved away in one go. Easier to control when you put your trail hand on because there's more support. So let's just go over here a little bit. There, ready? Look at that. See the shoulders and the lead arm going? So the angle between the lead arm and the shoulders has been maintained. Till the hands are at hip high, and then of course the wrist cock's going to happen and the lead arm will come up the chest, so it'll get closer to your trail shoulder. But initially, for that first yard of travel of the club, hands probably just below hips. There, trail shoulder, lead hand, lead arm, and shoulders moving in one go. There, there, there. Then of course it's going to break, but I've now stayed centred because my left shoulder's gone down and my head's on top of the golf ball. There, and then from there, much easier to structure it all and spin the shoulders in that circle. So I feel if you put this together, it will open your eyes to a world of great ball striking. Let's hit one. It's all very well chatting about it, but we have to actually execute the shot, don't we? So then, putting this on the golf course, how do we keep it simple? Well, it's not hard. The less moving parts, the better. I had a lesson last week with a chap, I won't mention who it was, but he said to me, he says, do you know, Steve, it's easier to do nothing than it is to try and do something. No, sorry, I got that wrong. He says it's harder to do nothing than it is to do something, because we were trying to quieten down his wrists and quieten down things. So when he was trying to take moves out of his golf swing, he explained it's harder to actually do nothing than it is to do something. So let's think about doing nothing, which is hard. So address position, when I take the club back, my lead shoulder, my lead arm and my shoulders, or my right shoulder and lead hand, however you want to think about that, move away in one go. So there's less moving parts with the wrists, that's there. That's all that's happened, and by doing that, staying centred to the golf ball. And of course from there, my shoulders will turn in a circle. Oh, did you hear that? That's hit target. That was lovely. Very little thought went in. I know I was explaining and expressing what I was actually trying to do, which is what you should do in practice. Verbally put it out there. Put it out loud. Even tell your pals when you're playing golf, say, this is what I'm going to do. Then you've put yourself in a pressure situation. If you don't pull it off, then still, it's good practice to put yourself in the pressure situation. If you pull it off, well done. Over the ball. Lead hand, trail shoulder. Moves in one go, which means this line and this line will move in one go till hands are at hip high. Then from there, as long as I keep my nose on top of the golf ball, I'm absolutely fine because my left shoulder will come down because I've maintained that angle between the lead arm and the shaft to start the takeaway. One piece. There. Okay, we're hitting golf shots now. I should have TrackMan on, could have showed you some numbers there. New TrackMan coming, TrackMan 4 coming very shortly. I'll let you all know about that. Let's do one more. All I'm thinking about is trail shoulder, lead hand, moving one go as I stay centre. That'll bring the left shoulder down. A little bit clean on that one, you could hear the strike was different. So that one was a little bit clean because I never thought quite as much about it. Let's go back again, let's retrace my steps. So took my eyes off the prize there, you've hit 2 good shots and start to think, oh, I've got it. Let's go back a little bit. Let's just think a little bit more about it. Dress position, good. Angle between left arm and shoulders is maintained as the club comes back. To there as my shoulder goes down. Of course it's going to go down because of that maintenance of the 2, left arm and shoulder, or lead hand and trail shoulder. There, and my head is stationary. That's going to form a great circle for the shoulders to move on. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Just hitting balls through the snow. Let me show you. Look. It's pretty, isn't it? So thanks very much for that. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button. That is huge. That's changing my world. You guys hitting that is really, really good. We're so close to 100,000 subscribers. We may actually be at 100,000 when this gets uploaded. Thank you so much for all that. It's just brilliant. I'll see you at my website, eurekagolfswing.com, and I'll also see you in my next video. Bye-bye.